Hi there and welcome to Reassembling. 21st of October. Beautiful day here today. It's been raining over the last few days, but today's quite nice, so I thought I'd do a few jobs around the garden, around the fish pond. Got to clean the filters and also put a shade cloth on the top of the pergola. So today's tasks will be cleaning the filters, the brushes, the vortex, topping up the main pond, doing a big water change, and yeah, as you can see there, so I'll be cleaning all the brushes here in the vortex. Then I'll be doing a big water change here, clean the brushes here, and putting a shade cloth on the top of the pergola. So as you can see, the fish are all doing well at the window. They've had 2 feeds this morning. It's only 10 to 10 and they've already had 2 feeds, but they're always ready for food. They're doing pretty well. Another week or so and I'll start grabbing a few out to start breeding process. A couple of females, some males in there I'm going to breed this year. It's been a bit shitty weather, to be quite honest. It's not been the best this time of the year, but yeah, fingers crossed. Should be warm. Water temperatures should be warming up and they should be starting to get a little bit active. But yeah, I'm going to be putting a shade cloth on the pergola. So just a little bit about my main pond. 37,000 litres. It's 5 metres, just over 5 metres, 5.5 metres I think it is, by about 3.4 metres. It's got 2 bottom drains, as you can see there, by the air. One there and one there. It's approximately 2 metres deep. It's also got a skimmer box as well. Got a skimmer box here with 2 feeds. This one here goes to the filter box. This one here goes to front reticulation for the lawn. So what I do is I just place a pump in the pond, attach a pipe to there, and then I just empty water and it does the front reticulation. Pretty good setup, as you can see there. Yeah. So yeah, so both bottom drains lead to the vortex. Got 12 brushes in there. So yeah, the bottom drains there. Bottom drains lead to the vortex. The water goes around the vortex and then back through the 300 ml pipe. Everything is 100 ml, bottom drains 100 ml, everything's 100 ml. Into the second chamber here, brush chamber. Just a bit of a polishing chamber. Just stops some of the main debris from coming through. And then into the main chamber, which has got K1 and K2. I've probably got about, I reckon about 700 litres of K1 and K2. As you can see there, I've actually used 316 stainless steel mesh to divide each compartment. There again, 316 stainless steel mesh. This then leads into the last chamber where I've got 2 pumps. Got 1 pump down there and 1 pump down there. Both pumps are 30,000 litres adjustables and the Jabows, great little pumps. And I run both those 30,000 litre pumps on about 20 or 30% each. And what happens is this pump down here, this returns the water through the 2 jets. Got 2 jets, one about 800 ml down there, another one over the other side there, 2 jets. So this pump down here supplies them jets there, and then the other pump over here supplies the blade, stainless steel blade, and I've also got 2 jets on the other wall, about the same distance down. Pretty good setup, works pretty well. 2 bottom drains as well, where I can flush the bottom drains. But yeah, it works pretty good. So in a moment I'll empty all the chambers down, and I'll show you the vortex is pretty deep. Once I've cleaned the brushes, I'll get back to you. So this is how I clean my vortex and brushes. I just pull them out one at a time. Give the spray at the top of the vortex. This goes down the bottom drain, which leads to a big soak well. That's all I do. And a quick rinse off. Same again. Just take me and see there, you can see all the crap on there, all full of junk. I do this once a week without fail. I don't like all the main gunk from the bottom of the pond building up. I like to get rid of it. Just push it down to the bottom of the vortex. So I just do this. With every brush. Okay, I've got 1 roll left to do. I'll grab the camera and I'll show you how dirty these brushes can get. You can see there, yeah, they get pretty dirty. Okay, that's the first part of the clean. As you can see, the vortex is quite deep. It's a DIY vortex, it's made out of concrete. Yeah, it's probably about 1.4 deep, which is quite good. As you see, they're all the brushes I've cleaned now. So that's the first stage, the vortex clean. My next process will be dropping the water in here and cleaning these brushes here. I'll do exactly the same, clean the brushes in the vortex. I'll flush the bottom drains, and yeah, it comes through with pretty good pressure, the bottom drains. About 15-20 seconds. Just get all the sediment out of the pipe. You can see it coming out there, all the dirty water. Let that settle down a bit. But you can see all the sediments at the bottom of the pipes. So I do that once a week, which is great because it gets rid of all that stagnant water which is in the pipes. Once more. Make sure the water is clear coming out of the pipe, and yep, clear. That's one drain. And now what I'll do now is I'll just flush the second one once the water's down. That's the first drain. I'll now flush the second drain, which is that one there. I'll flush it for about 15 seconds until it starts becoming clear. Just turn it off, let the water settle down. Give it one more flush. As you can see, it works pretty well at the gravity. There's some pressure there pumping that water through the vortex. Next job. So that's the water in the main filter box dropped right down now. You can probably see the pumps down there at the bottom. One pump there and one pump down there. This is the auto top up. bottom drain for the jets on this side. So the water, I usually just drop the water below the brushes, and then I take the brushes out then and give them a good clean in the vortex. Yeah, you can tell it's nearly the end of spring. You see all these little insects here that you get. These are all the dragonfly larvae which lay their eggs. Which you can always tell it's this time of the year. And they are little buggers. When they get in your fry ponds, they just chomp up your fry. So you make sure in all the times that your ponds are covered. Otherwise you get loads of these little critters, dragonflies laying their eggs, and then they turn to little babies and they become a nightmare. Right, back to my cleaning. That's all them brushes clean now. Out of the second chamber. I'll have to do a nice pop them all back. That's the pump down there for the skimmer box. It's just a 3,000 litre pump. Just goes to the bottom of the filter box there. Right, I'll put it all back together now and get back to you shortly. So all I'll do now is just pop them all back. So basically, just put them all like this, like this, like this, and then pop them all back. Yep, so I just pop all these back like so. I'll put the last brushes back here now. So I'll do is just do this. Do this. Just pop down there. That goes over there like this. All these brushes on here, push them all to the end. So all the brushes are back in the little place now, all back in there. All I'll do now is I'll pull the valve, let the water flow through, and then I'll top up the main pond. As you can see now, it's all nice and clean. You can see the pump down there. Sorry about that reflection. One pump down there. And the other pump down there. So top up the pond now. A couple of carbon filters there. I have the time on this, I know exactly how much I'm topping up. Just straight into the pond. I also add some pond prime as well, which is a dechlorinator. That's pretty good. Pretty concentrated stuff this, just 3 capsules, I think 2,500 litres or 2,200 litres. Pop a couple of capsules of that in there as well, just to assist with removing the chloramines and the chlorines. The water here in WA, Western Australia, is pretty good, it's not too bad. I'm hoping with the fresh water and the pond clean that the little buggers don't start mating. That's not going to happen till next week. So if I see any chasing or any activity in the pond, I'll throw some food in and keep them occupied. But I'm hoping with the big water change, they don't start getting active and start chasing the females. But I'll keep my eye on them. Yeah, the breeding's not until probably next week when the weather gets a little bit warmer and the water warms up to about 21, 22 degrees. Let's see what the postman brought me. See if I can do this in one hand. Probably not. There we go. Let's see what Mr. Postman brought me. What's he sent me? Let's have a look. Cloister date by Kasuri. Big shout out to Darren in the UK from Absolute Koi. Great email response. I emailed him one day asking him in relation to sending it to Australia, and he replied within 24 hours. So big shout out to Darren from Absolute Koi there in the UK. A couple of bottles of Kasuri, as we can't get it in Australia. So we have to bring it from the UK. But that's good now. That's all sorted. 4 bottles of that, which should last quite a long time. I'll also give the window a bit of a clean as well. Yeah, I just use these, just from a local hardware store. Just glass polishers. I use the red abrasive to remove the hard solids, and then just for polishing all the fines off the glass, I use this one here. They're pretty good. They're for tiles and glass, but pretty good scourers. So this is how I clean my glass. I don't bother with an extension arm, I just put my arm in and clean it. This is like cleaning this with this here. Doesn't take long. I do this probably about twice, 3 times a week in the summer. That's the main stuff taken off. I just then go over with the fine one. This one here now. I use this one, the white one, just for the fine. Just polishes all that sediment off the glass. And that's really it, really. Took me, what, 2 minutes? 2 minutes max, and it's clean. I do that 3 times a week, 2 times a week in the summer. So my thought process behind using the 316 stainless steel mesh is, so I've got one there, and I've got one there as well. And the good thing about using the stainless steel mesh is there's no restrictions. So I could leave this filter box for 4 months without cleaning, and it wouldn't get jammed up and slow the pump down and the water movement. So that's the theory behind it. The downfall with using it is what happens is you get a lot of little K1 and K2 sometimes just builds up in the corners, and you get a few little flat spots, which it doesn't bother me because with the movement of the water, it slowly moves along. But as you can see, in some areas it just builds up, and hence the reason why I've got a lip on the top, so it can't go over the lip. It just falls back in and then re-circulates around the water. But that was my process with using the stainless steel mesh in my main filter polishing chamber. A lot of people use solid brick walls with 300mm pipes coming through and then into the next chamber. But this process, I think it just slows down your water flow in your filter box. And the ponds, what I've seen with this method is the pump chamber at the end is always low, because it's always trying to suck the water through. And depending on whether you're using filter mat or brushes, but this way I just find it works so good for me, and there I have no problem. Once I get the flow right with the pumps, I find it just works really good, and it prevents any blockages with using that mesh. So just a thought, if anybody's out there thinking about building a pond, I would highly recommend using the 3/116. It's a little bit expensive, but it does the job. With the UV light, it's just of floating UV, and that's a 40 watt. It's a mountain tree floating 40 watt UV, and that works ample for enough of the pond, 37,000 litres. The glass size is 2.460 by 800 high. It's 25mm thick, and what I've used is I've used this is 316 stainless steel, and that's 3mm thick. So I believe 3mm stainless steel is equivalent to 6mm normal steel for strength wise, and this is just to support the glass at the top because there's a lot of pressure against here. Like I said, it's only 25mm glass, but yeah, it looks it's the highlight of the pond. It really brings out the pond. Touch up the pergola, timber pergola, and the sap from the timber's been leaching through the top coat, so I need to apply a little bit of shellac primer over there, and then I'll give it a couple of coats of top paint. As you can see, talk about walking the plank, this will be my working platform. As you can see there, fish are all doing great, always wanting food. That's all the water topped up now. Shade cloth on the top, all looking good. I'll leave this fascia here for a few more weeks just to get rid of that sap. It just keeps leaking through the timber, so hopefully it'll dry out in the summer. But the fish are all good. Pretty happy with the shade cloth. That's come up pretty good. That'll keep the sun off. Been getting the this breeding ponds ready. Just been cleaning them all out and getting them all set up. I use these blow up 2,500 litre blow up porta pools. They're great because causes less damage to the fish when they are mating and hitting the sides. They don't get damaged. So I've just been cleaning them all out. You see that I've got them all set up. All the rest of the fish are doing pretty well. I'll get to my corner pond. These are ready for a sort out as well. I need to get rid of a few of these, but these are all doing well. These have all been feeding pretty good. A couple there from last year's spawn. See, that's doing pretty good. Water's still nice and clear. Fish are feeding well. This Hiopsuri down here, that was a little bit damaged when I took it out of the main pond, but it's starting to come good now. The petrol fin is starting to grow back. It had damaged the outside of the petrol fin, and it had quite a little bit of a sore on its head when it jumped out of the pond, but it's coming pretty good. Yeah, they're all eating pretty well. Also the little Deutz shower leather from last year, that's come good as well. It went through a period of about 4 or 5 weeks where it wasn't eating well, and yeah, there was something wrong with it, but I've done a couple of praziquantel treatments, and I'll give it a couple of potassium permanganate dips, and it seems to have come good now. So not unless it had a bit of skin fluke or gill fluke. I've checked it, but the scrapes have all been good, but who knows. But yeah, it's starting to come good now. They're all looking good. This pond's coming on pretty well, still nice and clear. Little pond here, a couple here from last year. A couple of kohakas there, got off a friend of mine. They're doing pretty well. They're eating like crazy, just need to get a bit of size on them. But they're doing pretty well as well. They're quite happy in there. And they always come to the window to say hi. Well, that's all for today's video. Please like and subscribe. Thanks for me and my fish. Another beautiful day. Until the next one.